Angela Tates uses a can of spray to freshen up the air in her small, cluttered room in the McLaren Hotel on Winnipeg's Main Street. She moved in 10 years ago. Before that, she was unsheltered.
I live by the river this summer. Yeah, it was really hard to get a reasonable place to live.
She's among 150 people who live here and hundreds of people across the city who advocates say rely on single-room occupancy hotels as places to live. Tate's pays $450 a month for a room with 2 shared washrooms per floor, each with a tub and toilet.
So it's nice to get into a place like this, you know, even though it's not very elegant or very high class. It was reasonably priced and it was available.
While several residential hotels still exist in the city, University of Winnipeg urban geography professor Gino DeStasio says others are gone for good.
Probably over the last 2 decades, we've lost upwards of a dozen hotels in our downtown, and that's been to demolition, to fire, and also to conversion. And we know that in Winnipeg's case, probably at its peak, I would suggest we had probably 1,000 people living in downtown hotels as their primary residence.
One person still lives in the Cambridge Hotel on Pembina Highway, which has 11 units no longer available for rent, according to the general manager, due to a pending demolition. In 2020, the St. Regis Hotel was demolished after being sold. Earlier this year, the Windsor Hotel was sold and closed under a provincial health order, displacing at least 20 long-term residents. Main Street Project's Director of Community Initiatives, Kate Schoberg, says losing units creates homelessness.
It's a huge problem, and it means that people who are low income, who have found a solution that works for them, don't have access to that solution.
In the case of the Windsor, Schoberg says community organizations helped everyone who wanted support find transitional or permanent housing. Her organization provides social supports at the 42-unit Bell Hotel, which was previously converted into supportive housing, where people live long-term and stay for an average of 4 years.
We need a diversity of options for everyone in the city. People need choice.
Rick Lees with the Equal Housing Initiative envisions a similar model for the McLaren Hotel. There is a $12 million plan to retrofit the 7-story building to improve living conditions without evicting current residents.
This is going to be 24/7 supportive housing with wraparound supports.
People who live in this building right now don't have anywhere to cook. Under the retrofit, there will be a congregate kitchen here in the hallway of every second floor. McLaren Hotel resident Dwight Lavalley is supportive of the changes.
I like to have a cooking place, yeah. You know, cook some things up and that.
Tate says the place could use some paint, but other than that, she's satisfied.
I keep my room messy and no one complains, right? So that's all I care about.
She plans to stay as long as she can, but hopes to one day move into a retirement home. Josh Crabb, CBC News, Winnipeg.